Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 92 of the regular season, where the Astros walk off the New York Yankees 3-2 in the first game of today's doubleheader. Beautiful. To get started quickly, the Astros with one of the weirdest first runs scored in a while for us. Jose Altuve, who was injured right before the All-Star break. His knee was clearly bothering him. He played the last two games before the break, but didn't look like himself. Starts today off, first at bat, push bunt, rips down the line, safe, and you have your first runner on. What a way to come back from the All-Star break. And then Jeremy Pena steps up to the plate, and he realizes that DJ LeMahieu is cheating, and so he bunts, and the Astros start off with back-to-back bunt base hits to get a man in runner in scoring position immediately in this game, and it was just so weird. I cannot remember the last time we've had two bunt base hits back-to-back like this, and I've watched every game pretty darn intently. Alex Bregman would drive Altuve around to make it 1-0 in the first inning, and the Astros would get a second run in the next inning. Mauricio Dubon draws a leadoff walk, and Corey Lee rips a double. Dubon, who was again just on his horse, comes all the way first to home, and the Astros are up 2-0 over the Yankees. And man, oh man, you thought it was just going to be perhaps a dismantling, or at the very least a cruise control win for the Astros. Because, yeah, it was a weekday game, the first game of a doubleheader, and it started at like noon, but Minute Maid was rocking. You could hear the loudest "Let's Go Astros" chant I've heard in a long while in Minute Maid today. Louder than the playoff games that I remember from like 2019, which was wild. But the Yankees do not want to go quietly. DJ LeMahieu homers up the right field line. The last time he did that I remember, set up for a pretty great Astros moment, and ironically led up to an Astros walk-off, funnily enough. Jump cut to the ninth inning, where Ryan Presley having a child almost cost us the game. You see, Mr. Ryan Presley and his lovely wife just had their baby, I believe, yesterday, so he's on paternity leave. He isn't there to close out the game. So instead, we have Hector Neris come into the game, and he doesn't look great. A pair of base hits and a walk lead to the Yankees tying the game in the ninth inning at 2 apiece. But the Astros are here to win, baby. Alex Bregman, leadoff single in the ninth inning. Get a runner on. After that, Aledmys Diaz puts one perfectly under the wall and above the ground in that little tiny gap where it just stops against the wall. Both him and Bregman advance to the extra 90 feet. Bregman's at third, Diaz is at second. There is no outs in the inning, and the game-winning run is 90 feet away. Any sacrifice, and you win the game. And in that moment, I said, it is impossible that you don't win this game unless it is an epic collapse and failure by the Astros, and it almost was! Yuli Gurriel strikes out swinging. That's not wonderful, but hey, you still have the sacrifice in play. Yordan Alvarez gets pinched hit for, and fear is a hell of a thing. Because you have in back-to-back spots, Yordan Alvarez batting now as a pinch hitter, and Chas McCormick batting just normally. Now, Michael King, who in 50 innings this season has a 193 batting average against right-handed pitchers, and a 169 against left-handed hitters. So he's better against lefties. And again, on base and slugging do not matter in this instance at all, because any ball that's a hit wins the game. And really, almost anything in play wins the game realistically for the Astros. And on top of that, he has better strikeout numbers against lefties versus righties. So all signs like that point to facing Yordan Alvarez. On top of that, Yordan's missed over a week for a hand injury. And this would be the first at bat in a long time for him, and Chas McCormick in this game already has a pair of hits, plus a third ball in play that was hit at 95 miles an hour into a hard out. So all signs say you should face Yordan, except for the fact that it's Yordan Alvarez, and he terrifies everyone who looks at him. And you know what? They walked him without even a second thought. Yordan didn't even get to the plate. The catcher wasn't even behind the plate before they decided to walk him. And you know, it was probably the right decision because Chas McCormick struck out. People are absolutely terrified of Yordan Alvarez, and we signed him for his entire prime at only like $19 million a year. Thank you, James Click. Also, thank you, Dodgers, for giving him us for nothing. So yeah, Yordan's intentionally walked, Chas McCormick strikes out, and nuts, shucky darns, it's probably going to go to extras because now it's going to be, it's JJ Matenjevic batting. But JJ Matenjevic, who already in his career, even though it's only been a handful of games, is starting to become a bit of a Yankee killer. He had the game-winning run in the Astros no-hitter against them via his home run. In the Bronx, he just perfectly places it in between DJ LeMahieu and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Kiner-Falefa fields it, throws to second, and Torres is nowhere near covering it, and the Astros walk it off 3-2. Offensively, the Astros were quite strange. 10 hits, only 2 walks, though, with 10 strikeouts. 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position isn't wonderful. And again, the 10 hits is very strange when juxtaposed to only 3 total runs. That's not great. The lack of home runs really has something to do with that. And the Astros pitching, on the other hand, was convoluted like normal. Christian Javier. I don't know how to talk about it. 5 innings of work, 1 run, 2 hits. Great numbers. 4 walks, a hit batter, and only 3 strikeouts. So, as per usual, I do this a lot. I mean, he only gave up 5 hard hit balls in 5 innings, so right around that 1 per inning that I like for, like, average as a good benchmark. I think he was okay. When he had control, he looked good. He had looked good for, like, from probably the 3rd, 4th, and, like, aside from the home run, he looked good. The first 2 innings were very mixed. I don't know, man. It's very much a case of, oh, sweet, only 1 run in 5 innings. Cool. But what about his xFIP? The bullpen pitched well, kind of. Phil Maton, inning of work, 1 base hit, but hey, no walks, pair of strikeouts. Not too shabby for him. Ryan Stenick comes in. 1-2-3 inning, got a strikeout. Ryan freaking Stenick, man. He continues to look great. Montero, a quick 1-2-3 inning. Nothing too shabby there. And then Hector Neris came in the 9th and almost blew it. But hey, we still won anyway, so that's all that matters. So that's about it for game 1 of the doubleheader. We've already inserted our lineup card for game 2, and we're going to have Altuve, Pena, Yordan batting DH in 3rd. Great to have him back. Bregman batting 4th, Tucker 5th. Jake Myers will start in center field, so that's nice. He was missing from game 1. JJ Matenjevic will be rewarded from the walk-off hit by playing 1st and batting 7th. McCormick and Maldonado will be the catcher for game 2. We send Luis Garcia to the mound, and the Yankees send Domingo Germán to the mound, so that first pitch is going to be at around 6:40, and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but that is all I have to say for the afternoon, or at least for right now. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.